Hello everyone, what's up, Pop? Dave Mirra 2. This time we're going through Galloon Water Park in another fucking level that I really hate. And my co-commentator for this part is Minimme.
Hello, hi, I'm glad to be here. I'm scared to see how bad this game is. I've heard Zin's horrific stories, and I'm excited.
Yeah, you're gonna be in for some fucking shit, because we're in for the true ride of this game. However, I will say that this is probably one of the most fun levels in a sense, and by that I mean fun to actually the competition in, not so much fun in like, it's actually good, because this level is massive. Also, first gap, really easy. So, yeah, Dave Mirra 2. It's a very interesting game. You know, it's the sequel to Dave Mirra 1, which is honestly a better game, even though I don't feel that game is good either. And it came before BMX XXX, which, you know, everybody talked about. So I don't need to really say much about BMX XXX, do I?
Yeah, I mean, I played Dave Mirra 1, and I remember thinking it was okay. It sort of had, like, interesting momentum and felt different to Tony Hawk enough. I know it's not a great game. Is this worse in every way? Is it better in some ways?
Oh, it's worse in every way. Like,
Wow.
it has the same physics and controls of Dave Mirra 1, but they actually made it worse. The magnetism of grinding is fucking gone. The jumping feels more floaty. It's so much easier to end up crashing. You can glitch through the fucking map sometimes. Oh, and there's also the fact that some of the gaps here don't make any fucking sense. Like, here I thought this would be a gap, because look at this. They have this little leeway going on of the ramps and everything around the bridge. They're around every fucking bridge, so you're thinking maybe I just jump across like that. No. No, it's not a gap.
How is the process of finding gaps? Was it pure trial and error like this? Was it?
It's trial and error.
How
it was trial and error.
How did you, like, how many did you think were gaps end up being gaps?
God, like, maybe 20?
Jesus.
Look, I thought this would be a gap, but no, you just rammed right into the freaking, like, thing, so... Yeah, like, there's things that would make sense, but nope. And there's stuff that doesn't really make sense much, but yep. Like, you missed out on the last part where there were like two or three gaps, where you jump off a ramp, then you land on the fucking ground as you're going face first into it somehow.
What, and it registers as a gap?
It registers a gap. There's no ramp on the other side, there's no kicker, it's just a flat fucking surface you're going down on, and somehow you're supposed to land there.
That is tragic.
It is. It's really, really tragic. Though the gaps here aren't that bad, luckily. Though, again, this is a big map. Like, right now, we have spent almost the entire time just kind of riding around in, like, this area. Which, I mean, in usual games like this would be kind of enough. But in Dave Mirra 2, no, there's like another area, then another area cut off from here, and it's just...
Yeah, right.
It's just a lot.
Yeah, it's
And every
huge.
time you start off in this giant-ass slide. So we got 4 beach balls, fast play out the 4 signs, do a 540, which, I mean, done. And then we gotta do the question mark challenge. So... I'm gonna shove some more area, like this tunnel here, which is shit.
Oh my god, I hate that. That hurt to watch.
Yeah, there's a lot of moments like that. It's definitely like very class A for this fucking game to do shit like that. So there's also this little area here under that yellow pipe thing, which has another gap here, but the gap doesn't really make sense because there's a whole bunch of areas that are kind of like it, but for some reason those don't count as gaps at all. They're just this one little area. I'll go for it soon, and I'll also go through the freaking bowl soon. But here's the gap, you know, it's just jump across in there. Not this, because this would just do this.
See, that looks like it should be a gap.
Yeah, but it's not. Because this happens.
It's like every time. I guess
there
because
it is. There's the gap.
Oh, that's
the
gap. Oh, okay.
That's the gap.
Oh.
This other shit, not a gap. That one though, yeah.
Just that one. Why not?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you can't wall tap these signs. You have to fast plant. Otherwise, it doesn't do the animation.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, this slope here, you're supposed to go around it, you know, because it's a very steep ramp, so, you know, you're not going to be able to, you know, just ride up it that easily, except you can. And I just show it right here.
So, every time I see you get any air at all, it feels like you're going to come down and crash somehow. You know, like, everything is slightly off. This is frustrating to watch. I can't imagine what it was like to play.
Oh, it's a hell of a ride. Also, this entire little tram thing here, pointless.
Of course.
Just utterly useless. Anyway, here's this tunnel that leads to the other area, which is like a fucking castle area.
Oh my god, it gets bigger.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of gaps that are all the same gap, which are awkward transfers that are just leads right to walls. But hey, Kitty Castle coolness. It's great. There's another gap around here that's like a bridge gap, and I probably should have waited on this one gap because there are some gaps that are based on goals, and that's one of them. But you know, might as well just do them all. Fuck it. There we go. Kitty Castle Bridge. And also there's this weird-ass gap which requires me to jump across from here. Sometimes it doesn't actually work. Sometimes the game acts weird about it. And, yeah, like this. And sometimes the gap doesn't count sometimes for no good fucking reason. You just gotta get lucky with this. Useless. This game is useless.
Oh my god. I don't envy you. The way you, like, enter bowls, everything is just so slightly bizarre looking. Like, incomprehensible physics almost, at least from afar.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nonsense. It's genuinely just hoping the game will just be nice to you sometimes.
What are the, this level is enormous and fantastical. Are they all sort of these incredibly high concept levels, or are some of them just regular looking skate parks?
Oh, by the way, you think you can land? No.
What?
Fall damage. Fall damage exists in this game.
Why?
Because. And there's no mechanic like in Tony Hawk where you can avoid the big air where you hold the X button.
Oh, you just...
Nothing exists like that in this game. You just die. Corn dogs are good. Thanks, game. Thanks for that little information.
Useless.
And then there's this weird-ass tunnel which has stretched textures and just this whole loop thing, which if you even try for it, you're not gonna get anywhere. You're just gonna die. So...
What? Oh. Can you go upside down in this game at all? Or is that just that loop?
We'll see. We'll see the upside down thing,
okay.
quote unquote. This is the last bit of area, which is just a whole bunch of, like, hill area. It has this little snake thing, which... You know, would be kind of neat if it's not for the fucking floating rails around here. Seriously, there's nothing supporting those rails that were around the corners. It's just floating rails somehow. It's so much. And this is one of the better levels.
Hey,
look, I did it.
Hey, there's
Didn't
the
count
gap.
as a gap.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Anyway, here's the guy we have to talk to for our question mark goal. Which this one is awkward. Grind the tops of both iron archways. So to get this one, get some speed from going back here, and then try your best to just arch up there and grind this.
Okay.
It's awkward because one, you need the speed, and two, you want the game to not fuck you like that. But yeah. Also, if you do fuck up, you just gotta slither around the stairs every time.
I love the ragdoll physics.
Oh yeah, the ragdoll fists are the best part of this game, really.
It seems that way.
I've had so many people laughing when it comes to him getting hit by cars. Also, this.
Oh, game. No.
So I'm showing all the fast plant signs right now, which, you know, here's all the locations, which very much you can tell where they are. Not that hard to figure out, unless you're playing the PS2 version. Because for some fucking reason, the PS2 version, they decided to move the signs around. Two of them in a completely different location, and the other two are moved just slightly in different places. So, yeah, these signs just keep in mind, if you're playing the PS2 version, they're in these locations, not in the Gamecube version where they're in the locations I showed you beforehand. Also, there's 2 gaps here, not 1.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This game likes to do that sometimes. And also, this is a gap too. You jump across the snake.
What? How did you...
Yeah.
Did you look that up, or did you find that? What?
I found it, and also this is a gap.
What?
Yeah?
What are you jumping over? What's the gap?
Exactly. Also this.
What?
I am surprised I did that, but I'll take it because now I'm getting the balls.
This
Wait.
this is deteriorating. At first I thought, you know what, it can't be that bad. Zin's talking it up too much. No. No.
No. Then you see the game, then you witness what it is. And this is the amateur challenge. This is the easy challenges, essentially. We haven't even gotten to the fucking next shit.
Oh my god.
We're in the pros now. 4 lights on the walkway, 12-trick combo, 720, and question marks. 720, I mean, you know, I didn't do it the first time there, but it's gone.
There we are.
Yeah, and also the 12-trick combo, you can just do it from here as well. Just use the grinds. Don't go too wild, though, because otherwise the game will not have the grind work at all, then you just die. But, yeah, you know.
Wait, what? So if you grind too much, it just stops grinding?
If you're going too far down, like if you're going too fast and too far down, you just crater.
Of course you do.
Anyway, here are those lights. 3 of them are lit up like this, so you break them. The other one is on the other side. You break that. You don't break the other one. The other one isn't lit up, but this one you do break. Also back at the castle, this guy we talked to. This is where the bridge comes in, but I have 5 seconds left. Can I fucking pull it off? Can I? Yeah, because I'm not a fucking bitch. Done.
That wasn't too painful.
Yeah, very easy.
It's the pro level, isn't it?
Yeah, and now 4 hot dog stands, double backflip, 900 spin, question marks. And 900 spin, I can't do from this. But I can pull this off and double backflip in one go by using the speed from this whole entire little slide here and then doing this.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Almost made the game look good.
Yeah, now I gotta do a backflip on the fish ladder here. So, yeah, each level. But don't do it from just this bit here, no, it's flashing. No, you do it after that. Sure game. You play with your fucking rules.
I'm just...
And now the hot dog stand.
I'm visualizing the amount of attempts you took and cut from this clip.
Oh yeah, like this one I should have gotten done very easily, but I actually forgot what one of the hot dog stands was for a while, and then I figured it out, and it's, you know, around back here, up these stairs, which, you know, there it is.
I don't think anyone can blame you for getting lost in this level.
Yeah. So now that I become Bike Man, because the bike went through my body, now it's time for the Insane Challenge, which is right behind me. 650 feet down this typhoon ride, that's what it's called. And this is incredibly easy.
In BMX,
if you know me, you know I'm pro at manling and balancing and shit, so this is not a problem. And in fact, even though we're done here, I can't just end this without trying to get over 2,000 points in manual balance distance. I did in the first game, so I went back and re-recorded myself doing it with the same bike and shit, and I'm gonna get the biggest manual in this level because it's a very easy spot. There's one little issue though, because this is a recording from after I beat the game, there's a little problem with the game in that the records are now no longer working.
What?
They just break.
Oh.
So I can't get any more records, nothing I do will ever be saved. So I do beat the 2,000 score for myself. I get 2,003 feet with this, but yeah, just look at the bar. and you'll see that I do indeed make it. And eventually, if you go too long, it's going to be too heavy, and it just forces you down. But there you go.
Huh.
2,003 feet of manual.
Well done.
Now it's time for competition.
Do they call it?
Also, I really hope people understand that I'm not shit at this game, because if I can pull shit off like that, then it's very clear that I have skill of this. It's just this game bad.
I feel like you can tell that you're making it look better than it is, and it looks bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm not even trying to make it look that much better. I'm just trying to get through it.
Yeah.
So, the big issue of this is that even though there's a lot to work with, and even though it is a fun place to, like, skate around in and, you know, get a lot of tricks in, because there are some pretty good spots to get big air and big points in, the problem is that it's a giant fucking area, and considering the competitions want you to try and explore every fucking, like, area in the goddamn level in order for it to even give you a good score, me trying to even explore this place will take me almost the entire time.
Jesus.
It's way too big. I hate that. I hate that this game thinks big level equals better game. I hate that's the mindset for so many of these bad extreme sports games.
Is this a game that people like, or is this just widely
Yeah!
accepted? Really? Huh.
Yeah, people like this, but then again, people recommend you play this casually.
Right.
Because they've never done the competitions, they've never done even all the gaps, really, and never did all the riders.
Right.
No one's 100% this game. Like, not even with, like, one, like, fucking rider.
That's bad.
Yeah. This is the first time anyone's gonna see anyone doing 100%. This is the first time you're seeing footage of the competitions of this game. No one's even tried.
Wow. Okay. So, as long as you're playing the game not really how the game expects you to play it, it's not too bad.
There's a lot of tricks too, as you can tell. There's like a lot of different backflips, even though they're all the fucking same. It's just...
Yeah.
Man, like... Again, a lot of the shit from Dave Mirra 1, like all the backflips and such were all Dave Mirra 1. It's just now they've added a shit ton more modifiers, and yeah, they added more special tricks, which some of them are fucking goofy as, but the problem is that with Dave Mirra 1, I thought there were too many tricks to the point where it's just overblowing it. It's just like, it's bloating the game with way too much shit. And in this game, they decided, let's add more. And let's make the player have to change the buttons in, like, before they start the levels and shit, so they can do the other modifier tricks. Because we have so many, we can't contain it in, like, the 2 buttons you're given. We can't contain it with, like, the same directions. No, we have to make you change the directions manually.
What? So, explain that to me. I'm confused. So they make you go into a menu and change things so you can do all the tricks?
Like, if you, before you start the level, you'll see, like, a modifier menu, and most of them will be using save sets in the competition because they're fucking cheating bastards.
Yep.
The modifier ship, before you begin, you get this menu that shows, like, 2 buttons, essentially. And they are basically your modifier button and a direction. And in order for you to actually use all the modifiers, you would need to manually change the modifier direction from those 2 selections in order for you to do the rest of the tricks. And some modifiers require certain combos of those tricks. So the problem is that there's so many modifiers, even if you just switched it every level, you would still not be able to do every fucking modifier trick before you're done with the game for one rider.
Wow. That's crazy. Why is it so bloated?
I don't know. And the thing is, you don't even need to do this shit. There's no point to doing all the tricks. Like, there wasn't any point doing all the tricks in Dave Mirra 1, and there certainly fucking isn't in this goddamn game. There's even modifiers and manuals.
That's crazy.
Like, there's a lot. There is a lot to do. It's a lot of special tricks. A lot of special tricks are honestly near impossible to do unless you have like massive amount of air and just luck on your god. But yeah, it's just so much. It's so much, and it becomes an overload. And the thing is, you got all this overload while you also got this shit in the way as well at the competitions, which are just cheating bastards. Because I believe I will show you in this part, in fact, that I save state before I hit the end run and shit. And then I just load state and do it again, and then again and again and again. And every time, not only are my results different, but all the AI's results are different every time. Nothing changes. Whoa. It's just every time you end the run, it's randomized.
That's... Everything you say about this game just is like a dagger to the heart. I don't know, I can't...
It is.
It's...
It is, and we're only 20 minutes in the video. We're only halfway through. It's pain. It's bad. It's shit. And I'm safe staying here because I'm thinking, am I good to go? No. No. We do it again. No. We do it again.
Wow.
It just keeps going. I keep going from second, last, fifth. I keep flipping around.
What? So it's not, you don't even, so you've ended your run and it just randomizes them then and there when the menu comes up.
Yeah. And there you go, I won first.
Well done, good win, well earned.
So yeah, like,
wow.
Again, I've shown this before many times for you people watching at home, but for Minimme, you get to see just how fucking bad the game is with its competitions.
Yeah. This is painful.
I know, and we're not even at the worst level. The worst level is coming up now. A classic night session at the famous Highway 47 Cloverleaf. Bust out your best street moves and find the best lines around through and over traffic.
Okay, keen.
So, the thing about this game when it comes to doing the competition and such is that you have to do it in all the areas. And this area is literally just highways, and most of it is road with cars. You can't grind on anywhere near the roads. And also, you see how low that volume is from the last level? Here's this level.
Oh my god.
There's so much fucking noise. There's constant crickets, there's this constant, like, fucking echo thing that's almost always in the video, and also the cars, you know? It's just constant noise in this level. It's one of the noisiest levels in the game. It's also the worst level in the game because to literally be able to, you know, beat the competitions or even navigate around, you have to go through an army of cars. And the game is just really not good when it comes to streets. Because that's what we're doing here. This is a very street level. And a street level, this game can't do. Because when you have street, your best bet is manuals and grinds. Manuals act funky, and there's no grinds around the roads.
So there's edges you just can't grind, like ledges and...
Yeah, the little kickers that just lead into more road and probably into fucking buses and trucks.
Wow.
It's just, it's a nightmare. And you can't bail that much or else your score gets detrimentally shut down. So, have fun avoiding cars and not getting fucked. Because look at the car right there. It just,
so quick.
It like 90-degree turns. Like it has, it just goes on the path. It goes fast. It doesn't have a fucking care in the world. You are going to get juggled like a fucking Tekken fight by these guys.
Jesus, I'm scared to see it.
Like I believe I don't really show it, but when I've gone through this level sucks, and also this ramp sucks too. It doesn't actually act like a ramp; it's like a wall instead.
Weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness to this. A lot of awkwardness.
Yeah. Well, right on cue, whatever that was.
Right on cue. Every time I see that fucking glitch, I'm like, I should leave that in, because it's like the comedy bit of the fucking game. It's like every time I see it, it's like slapstick.
Like,
also, don't go too high. Don't go too high because there's bridges above you too. And if you go too high, you'll smack your head into the bridge and you'll bail.
Like, it's just crazy how the quarter pipes like aren't really curved. They're just like staggered. You know what I mean? Like, everything is so awkward looking.
Yeah. And now it's time for some awkward looking challenges like knock over his exit signs, high voice spin over the sewer channel, transfer from the off ramp down to the skate park, and the question marks. So, gotta go behind here so I can get this gap here.
Nice.
Yeah. There's only 8 gaps, luckily. It's a very short amount of gaps. And also, just here's this entire bit of area, which we'll get into soon because that area sucks. But over here, on the other side, there's a sign. I'll get all the signs, don't worry. And here's the transfer.
Cool.
Yeah, it's... Oh, and here's this.
Oh,
Sure. We were nearly there at a nice transfer like this, but that, no. Game says no. Game says denied.
Why is it like this? There's so much traffic.
Look at all the... I know, there's so much. This is common. So,
Well,
you know...
Yep, no.
Yeah, you know, you would usually die, but, you know, it's video games. Also, the question mark guy is right here, but he's fucked off, so I have to wait for him to come. Hey, there he is!
Wait, so...
Does he teleport? Nope, he actually lands where he needs to be. Good. So now I've got to grind across this pipe here, all across the highway, which getting to it is a bit awkward. I'll take care of that later. But right now, first things first, I'm taking care of the signs, which here's one of them. Easy. Nice.
Cool.
And here's that other sign I got beforehand. I'll take care of the last 2 I actually got before. And also there's the 540 spin. This is the sewer channel hip, which I was doing a whole bunch before. So I do a 540 here, which do a 720 instead. And there you go.
Nice.
And then there's the sign, and the last sign is back up top. And it's right next to us, in fact. It's right at the beginning. That took almost the entire time to find these. This isn't as big as Galloon Water Park, but it is... Oh, this camera.
Oh. What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This...
Now I gotta get inside 4 dumpsters, fast plant on the blue column, 20,000 point trick set score, and a question mark. And yeah, the dumpsters... There's a way to get in them. There's some kickers around here. One of them is very, very close to the edge. The other one, not so much. There's a kicker to the left. I just do it my own way here. But yeah,
cool.
Then you gotta use these kickers to get across. And the other one, there's a gap you can get if you transfer across these 2. But it's a little finicky because the kickers here in this game suck.
Whoop, whoop.
Don't worry, get in. There you go.
Oh, nice.
And the other 2 are over there, which the question mark guy is also on this side. And all he wants me to do is manual across these little poles here. Yeah, these.
Okay.
Yeah, the I-beams. So, just slow down a little bit and then... Oh, it wasn't slow enough. Because you speed up so quickly, because you can't slow down. You can't stop in this game. So...
Oh, that's interesting. So you can do it in, like, segments.
Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah, 69.
Nice.
And now I gotta do this, which camera, please. Fuck. Nearly had the gap there, too. Let's try if let's see if we can get it this time. Yep.
Beautiful.
Didn't look like I actually jumped at all. I got less air, but I made it, so... And now I take care of the score, which... Oh, backflip. Done. And as for this column here, the top of it, you can't go up like that. It won't let you. You just can't. The game. Also, the game glitched up because my emulator bugged out. This likes to happen sometimes. I just had to back out by navigating my way blindly, and if I get back to the main menu, it fixed itself. So yeah. So back over here. Go down onto these wooden things here, and then fast plant this.
Right.
You have to do it that way. If you try to go up this little kicker thing that's around it, it doesn't work and you glitch out and you just die.
Of course.
Now I gotta grind the full Slim Jim billboard, scaffold across the concrete park bowl, jump across the I-beam, which is this. This is awkward and it's also a gap.
Oh, don't do that game. It just stops you.
Yeah, and it can also bail you. That happens a lot. It's really bad. Also that.
I don't even know what that was.
I just teleported down for no reason.
Of course.
Also, here's the guy we had to talk to the question mark, which is transfer over the bridge that's over the sewer half pipe, which I already kind of did it, so here it is again.
Beautiful.
Easy. Very beautiful. And then comes the billboards, which this is one of the harder ones because, again, the grind in this game is shit. So trying to get these billboards is also a fucking hassle because it requires big jumps, it requires hoping the game will give you the grind, and it requires you to be as accurate as you can to be right on the money of the grind. Otherwise, you're gonna miss every fucking time.
Of course.
And yeah, here's all the billboard areas, which this one, the lead up for, is awkward as hell. But there you go.
Wow. I don't envy you playing this.
That took me like about 6 attempts, 6 runs to actually get it done correctly. And
Damn.
here's another one that took me about 4 attempts to do because to get this one, we have to do a triple grind across the light posts. So to do this one, here's a successful attempt. Don't go for the right ramp, go for the left one. If you go for the right one, you're not going to get over there. And then just grind across and hope the game will register the grind, because sometimes the game doesn't register the grind at all. So, yeah.
I mean,
and now I'm going to go ahead and get the gaps.
That was a cool challenge, like, in terms of what you were doing, you know? Like, going over the road with the cars going underneath you, at least it was inventive. Everything else just feels a bit, like, thrown together.
Yeah. And here's another gap.
Random.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Fuck's sake, game. Anyway, now it's time for competitions, which, once I beat this competition, we get, I believe, our final bike. We get the best bike in the game, the concept bike, essentially. So, that'll be neat. But the problem is, I gotta do the competition with this level. How the fuck am I gonna do it when it's just Melee Road? It's gonna be a pain in the ass, because the game is expecting big score and big combos, and yeah. How?
So why can't you go down to all those quarter pipes and just pretend it's a vert level? Like, why is it just because it's so janky down there?
Not because of that, but also because if I just skate in like the 1 or 2 areas that are actual parts to skate in, the game will fuck me for that because my score will be low because I haven't explored the whole level. Because that's Dave Mirra, you gotta explore the entire level in every fucking competition. That's a requirement. Car.
They're so quick.
It's so quick. You have no time to react. As soon as you think you are about to, you know, dodge a car, bam, it just sneaks up behind you and stabs you in the back.
Tragic.
Very tragic. And the worst part is that these areas are the only place I can really work with to get big score and shit. Because otherwise, what the fuck can I do? Like, it's road. I can manual, I can do weird shit, but I can't exactly get, like, score much in the road and shit, you know?
Yeah. Like, the rest of the level doesn't really feel like a level. It feels like the backdrop to this skate park.
Yeah. Like, this would be a very, very small level if it was just this whole sewer skate park thing. But
Yeah.
at least it wouldn't be just dog shit. And by the way, if you try to manual and then do a loop around that little tunnel there, it doesn't work, because the tunnel doesn't work. Because if you try to do the whole loop thing, usually you end up glitching up and bailing.
Of course. Wouldn't expect any otherwise at this point.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, there's this whole little bit there that's pointless, because you just get up here normally. And look, hovering cars, they just jump. They go so fast, they're not even on the ground sometimes. They just hover over the road.
It's so slapdash.
This is the big sequel to Dave Mirra 1. It's weird. This is by the same developer who brought us Aggressive Inline and Thrasher.
They're good games. What happened?
Yeah. What happened? What happened? What happened that led to Dave Mirra 1, which then got, like, the remix release, which is a better game, then this fucking game, which has issues, and then BMX Triple X.
Yeah.
What happened? There we go. I got a fine run here, because I can't exactly get a big score here when there's nothing to work with. So I just kind of have to make sure that the game just has everybody be like maybe all 80s in order for me to actually win, because fuck.
Wow.
This sucks.
Could you imagine without the save states, like kids just doing this over and over hoping they get 80s?
Yeah, like, if you're doing this by console, you're gonna hate this way more than I am, because, and you're probably gonna rage quit, because it's just unfair. It cheats. The
Yeah.
game just cheats of this. It's just not gonna play nice of you, and then it's like, then you find out the game is literally just randomizing your results because somebody decided to show you it with the save state shit, and you're like, well, fuck this game.
Give up then and there, like... tragic.
Like, if you can't even win with your own skill and it's all luck, while having to also apply skill in some arbitrary bullshit manner, then why fucking bother, you know?
What's the point at that point? It's sad.
It's very sad. And this is the worst level in the game because of this shit. Because there's not much to work with, there's not much to utilize, and the game wants you to utilize it the same way you've utilized in all the other levels.
Yeah.
And also you have cars that are just everywhere and will kill you and will fucking throw you around the map. And while the ragdolls are funny, they're not funny when you're playing the game.
I am in awe. This isn't a famously bad game from what I know about it, but this is just...
Nah, this is a game that people say is a good Dave Mirra game. They're fans.
Yeah, who are they?
And
what are they like?
I don't know. I don't know. And the thing is, I don't like this game. I really don't. And again, like, very few people have actually done recordings of this game. Like, most people record like the first level or second level and that's it. Like, just random ass gameplay videos. Most people, almost everybody, plays the PS2 version exclusively, which removes 2 levels and has no physics and also has lag and shit. And yeah, like, there are people who've never done the competitions. 2 levels are barely ever touched upon, and it's just a overall mind-numbingly bad game. And also done the competition now, which means 35,000 points. We now have the prototype bike.
Nice.
So yeah, we got the final bike that every rider would have, and yeah, well, it remains to unlock in the secret character, and yeah, then it's just beat the game. Just beat the game. Which all I have left next time is Devil's Peak. Bush you move sky high on the trails above and below the rocky walls, this spectacular mesa. Or mesa, depending on if you're going to go for that joke. And there's only like 2 more levels after this. You know, there's the airport and then the final level, which is exclusive to this version, not the PS2 version, which is fucking Paris or whatever. So yeah, thank you for joining me for this Minimme. It has been a ride.
Yeah, well said. It has been a ride. Your work doesn't go unappreciated. I was glad to be here. This looked very painful.
Yeah, this was a true nightmare, and you don't have to experience it anymore because I'm probably gonna end up having to get somebody else because yeah, I feel like you've gotten your fill.
Yeah,
I feel like once you've seen enough like this, 40 minutes of this shit, you've seen enough.
That's the thing. I can't imagine playing it. Like, watching this, every time you crashed, just, like, my heart sank. Whereas this was the edited, nice-looking version. But, yeah, you're right. It was fun, though.
Yeah. And the thing is, the last part took me, like, 3 hours, and I cut it down to 40 minutes. This one, maybe, like, 2 hours.
Wow.
So, it didn't take me that long, but at the same time, it still was a lot of footage removed.
Yeah. Crazy.
And the next one is going to be 2 hours, 40 minutes, because it has some bullshit. So, I will see you all next time for that with a Nuko commentator.
Bye.